Here are a few things Christian parents sometimes do not think about when they're looking at their struggling relationship with their child. In this episode, we're continuing our series on building strong family relationships. Keep listening. Hi everyone, and welcome back to the Deliberate Christian Parenting Podcast. If you're a parent raising children for God and with God, then you are in exactly the right place. Our standard is the Bible, and our methods are Christ-like, vision-led, and relational. My name is Amaka Odunowo, and I am so excited to have you here. So this episode, we are going to start with a quote, and the quote reads, "Rules without relationships lead to rebellion. Truth without relationships lead to rejection, and discipline without relationship lead to bitterness, resentment, and anger." Without the context of that loving relationship, rules and discipline will always backfire on us. This is by Josh McDowells. And I think for me, this is one of my pillars when it comes to parenting, because I have parented with it and I have parented without it. I have taught with it and I have taught without it. That is to say, I have taught children with that emphasis of relational teaching, and I've taught children without caring about them. I just come into the classroom and my goal being to impart the information on them, right? There's a very big difference in their learning. But bringing it home with my children, there's a very big difference in doing something with somebody that you are friendly with or that you are friends with, as opposed to doing with somebody that you do not enjoy being around, right? You do want to live, grow, experience the world, learn consistently every single day with somebody you do not enjoy without there being friction. I'm not sure if it is possible. I was thinking the other day, and I say this a lot, personally, I learned the best from the teachers that I enjoyed being around, right? I learned the best from the teachers that noticed me positively. You know, when they noticed me, it wasn't just because I had done something wrong, but it was also because I had done something good, because of teachers that I felt like, oh, this person actually likes me, right? I tended to get the most value as a child from those kind of people. And I've also noticed, because I like to go back to the Word, I like to go back to the Bible, I noticed something. I noticed that Jesus called us his friends. I know that God called Abraham his friends. And what came to my mind was, okay, if the creator of heaven and earth can look at us and call us his friends, who are we to say that we cannot be friends with our children? I get it. You know, we are parents, we are primarily parents. But at the end of the day, this season of our parenting, where our children are at home with us, is for such a short time in the scale of things. If by the grace of God you live long, your children are going to be around for a long time. And so think about it. You still have 30, 40, 50, 60 years with your children when they are not under your roof, when you are not responsible for them, when you are not bringing them up, when they are full-grown adults responsible for themselves. What is your relationship with them going to be like? And it's just really something that just makes me think that, okay, where do we draw the line? And I feel for me, it's every relationship does not have to be a friendship, right? But we can be friendly with our children. We can focus on building a strong, positive relationship with our children, with the eyes that in a couple of years, this person is going to be my brother and sister in Christ. In a couple of years, this person is going to be a prayer partner. In a couple of years, this person might be a business partner. In a couple of years, this person can be a confidant. In a couple of years, this is the person I'm going to hang out with. In a couple of years, this is the person, God willing, would give me another child, like a daughter or son-in-law, right? And give me grandchildren. So I have to build for the future. I cannot be myopic. Parenting is not a short race. It is a marathon. It's not 100-meter chase. It is a marathon. We are in it for the long haul. If you are privileged to have living parents today, then you get it. Your parents are still around, right? They're still invested in your life. You're still calling, you're still talking. And so I'm thinking of it like this is the opportunity to sow the seeds and build the foundation for the kind of family life and the kind of legacy I want to build in the next couple of years. And I'm not saying I'm perfect, you keep trying, but we have to look at it. How was the relationship that Jesus had with his disciples, right? What did he call them? Yes, there was respect. They still called him Lord, but he called them friends, right? So it is possible to have a strong, positive relationship with your children without there being disrespect, without it meaning that they're taking you for granted, without it meaning that you no longer parent them or raise them up, right? Why can't I raise you up and still have a good relationship with you? Why can't I bring you up and we enjoy being together? What's the point in raising a child you do not like being around, or the child does not like being around you? Is there any point to this? What's the why behind that? And so it just really makes me think that how do we view it, right? I really don't know what you think. So, drop a comment, send me an email. All the details are below. But what do we see? Because really, 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 I know they used to tell us the days are really long, especially when you have very young children. The days are long, but the years are short. It goes by really, really fast. With my eldest, we're in our second decade of parenting, and this is the last decade I have with her. Right now, at the age that she is in, she's not dependent on me for so many things anymore. I'm not bathing her, I'm not dressing her, I'm not feeding her, I'm not picking out her clothes, I'm not making her bed. Like a lot of physical things. I'm not even taking down her hair. I'm not washing her hair. Do you see? I'm not doing so many things that I used to do in her first decade, right? I'm not doing all of that because now she's a very independent person physically. And so now all the input I have into her life is majorly in her soul and in her spirit, in her emotions, in her thinking, in her decision making, in her education, in her relationship with God, in her finding purpose, in her consciousness, in her compassion, in her conscience, right? It's going. And so right now, I see it very practically with myself, with children I'm around, like my nieces, my nephews, my friends' children. If you attempt to withdraw from an account that you have no money in, you're going to come up red. We need to stop being entitled. Even God, the maker of heavens and earth, did not ask us to love him till he showed the love that he had for us first. It didn't come demanding from nothing. We need to make investments into the hearts of our children. You need to bring them close. Because parenting is not about rules and regulations, especially not with the generation of children that we're raising today. Yes, have standards. Yes, do not drop your standards to the level of your children. Bring your children up to the level of your standards. Have values, have vision, have principles. Raise children that have good character. Raise children that know God, like God, love God, fear God, serve God, have the character of Christ, are pursuing purpose. Nobody's saying you should be a complacent and careless parent. But we're saying that must everything be stress and struggle and sadness and bad feelings and bitterness and offense? Must everything be done with anger? Or can we take out our time and build? So what do you think? These are a few thoughts that I had. You already know what I think. So what do you think? See you next time.